I think.
Okay, let me
Okay.
try this. Yeah.
I think it's recorded. I think it's recording
Hmm.
now.
Yeah. So, hello and welcome, Sejal. Thank you so much for doing this. Um,
Thank
uh,
you.
so tell me a little about, finding this guy. I mean, how did you hear about this, the person on whom the story is based, and just the whole idea of doing this? Because,
So,
yeah,
yeah, because please
no,
continue.
I love Decoupled, which was so very different from this. It was just so funny, but also very different from Kostau, as I said. So tell me a little about the story behind the story.
So, Kaveri, I used to be a journalist with the Week magazine for many years.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, so I know of you. You might not know of me, but I know. So I was with the Week for almost 10 years, and then I shifted. I was doing documentary films for a while. I went to LA and I directed two documentaries. And
Oh,
then about few yeah, so about 6 years back we started this company Bombay Fables by partner Bhavesh, who's written the script also, who's a writer. And the first film we did was Serious Men with Nawaz only. That was our first. That so my debut as a producer was with Nawaz, and my debut as a director also is with him only.
also is in Nawaz.
So yeah. So
Right.
Serious Men was the first
Serious Man
which
was
I've known.
fabulous. Again, fabulous film.
Yeah. So Serious Man was I had read the book, and we are, because when I was a journalist I knew Manu, and then that was the film I really, when we started wanted to start producing, was a film which we had really liked, and Bhavesh had written the script, and then we went to Sudhir and we went to Nawaz, and the film happened, and it did
Right.
really well for us because it won him the Emmy nomination and
Yeah.
won a lot of awards for Nawaz. And then we did Decoupled, and we did Delhi Crime season 2, we did Asur 2 as producers and writers, both Bhavesh and me. I've not written them. Bhavesh has written few of them. Some we produce. And like there's a show of ours coming now on Netflix called Sare Jahan Se Acha. Why I'm telling you the background is I'll tell you about Costa. What happened was I've always wanted to direct because, after I quit journalism, I've been doing documentary films. I've been trying to write scripts. And then, like how you and me, we have contacts. And also, I was meeting a lot of people, generally ex journalists and ex friends and all.
Right.
And then there's a friend of mine called Pranati who was in Indian Express, and she introduced me to PK Das, who's Costa's boss. So I was meeting him for various other
Oh,
stories, just
acha.
generally meeting him, and then he told me about Costa Fernandez. He said, "Oh, you
Right.
must hear about this guy." And I've kind of very vaguely heard about him, but I didn't know the entire story. And when he told me this, I was just absolutely fascinated and very intrigued by that. And it happened in the 1990s in Goa. And then I said, "You have to introduce me to Costa." And he said, "Costa, people have been pursuing him for the last 20, 30 years to do a film. He's never agreed." So I don't know
Right.
whether he'll agree. But first, I think he wanted to win my trust, the boss, first, PK Das. And then when he introduced me to Costa, it took him a lot of time. I spent a lot of time with him. We went to Goa. I wrote the story, and as a journalist, how we do, I did a lot of research for a year and a half. And post that, my partner Bhavesh and then Meghna, both of them, they wrote the screenplay and the dialogues. And that's how the film happened. And so it
Oh,
took a lot of time to do research, first of all, to convince him, and then to do the research, because there's a lot of things that have happened. And we wanted to do it in 2 hours, but also we wanted to not make it just an highlight read. We wanted to get the nuances of the man, because Costa, who's alive, is very much familiar to what he is in the film. He's quite a maverick guy. And
hmm.
at that moment also, when this thing happened, he was called the madman of Goa. वो पागल जो भी आता था गोवा में बोल सब लोग बोलते थे अरे वो पागल आदमी है वो पागल आदमी है. And he is like that. And the thing was, what fascinated me was, of course, there's this thing about fighting against the system, fighting against, patriotism. It is for your country, it is for your duty. But I think what most fascinated us and I was intrigued by the character and the nuances of him. Because what we had seen always in heroes is a very whitewashed kind of straight structure where the man wins in the end. But Costa was, he lost a lot during the journey. As you can, if you must have seen the film,
Yeah.
and he was quite a he's got his quite of he's not he's a complex protagonist. At one
Right.
point he is doing
Mhm.
his duty, but at one point there is this whole thing which is going with his family, and he has also killed somebody. So there is this feeling of
Right.
redemption, there is guilt, there is suffering. So that is what interested me more than anything else. And it was not a very easy film to make, because the first half, as you can see in the film, it's all the thrills and it's all the stuff incident happens. But the second
Right.
half of the film, is what turns it, because in a typical movie you find that there would be an revenge, okay, and he would have taken revenge, somebody would have killed each other and all that. But then the second, it almost becomes about his own journey. It is
Right.
not about him fighting the antagonist. It becomes about his own personal journey and how he can fight that, because he's got his own problems with his family. He's got his duty. Plus, he's got the fact that he realizes that there was somebody who got killed. And
Right.
what happens is, when we always talk about heroes, we always feel that it's a easy journey, but it's the most difficult journey, and there are trail of victims left behind also.
Right.
So this was what the whole story was, and I think that is what interested us more. And Nawaz also liked the fact that so that's how the film got to be made.
Great. How did you convince Costa?
So I convinced Costa was, if you meet, like even today, Costa and me, till today morning, we always have these little arguments. Now I, of course, know him for 6 years. So Costa is somebody, who is very, very particular about discipline, about commitment, and about integrity. So I had to promise him, like, that was what in the film, throughout the film, what we have maintained is a creative integrity, because he is so honest, and he's a very difficult guy, because he's so honest that there was so much of demands from him that we stick to realism. We stick to the fact that this is what happened to him. So the way I convinced Costa was, of course, I spent a lot of time with him. Then I went to Goa with him, and that is where I think my journalism background really helped me, because I was, like how I was trying to find out the details. I was trying to find out the person, and somewhere he found that maybe by Bhavesh and me, he found some kind of that we will stick to the truth, even at the cost sometimes that we will not make a there won't be any compromise on what we want to tell. And I was also, when we were writing, there are some things we were scared he might not want to show that part of his life, because there are a lot of people, I don't want to show what happened with my
Yeah.
wife, what happened,
With
what
his
I was
wife,
feeling through.
especially. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, his wife and all. But he was like, when we wrote the film, showed this film to him, I was really very scared. But he had tears in his eyes, and he was very happy about it. So I feel that the easiest thing was to convince Kostov, that we want to do the film, but the hardest part was that we were going to stick to what the story is, what the reality is. And at that times, you make normally when you make a film, what happens is they take a lot of cinematic liberties. In this
Liberties. Yeah.
film,
Yeah.
yeah, but in this film, it was quite strange, because there were times I had to cut down a lot of things, because it just sounded that it is so filmy. It is, this time, this is a definitive, I feel that this is a definitive example that about how sometimes reality is more extraordinary than fiction.
Right.
Because these things really happen to him, like the bike chase. It seems like any other Hindi film chase, but
Yeah.
this is a fact that really happened to him. So
Right.
most of the stuff has happened to him. Of course, you take cinematic liberties in terms of tone and dialogue, but he's tried to stick as close to the truth as possible.
And is he happy with the film? Have you shown it to him?
Yes, yes, he was very happy. In fact, I was like, and somehow over the years we become friends very strangely. Like, we won't talk, he'll talk to me about sometimes his family, his daughter. And then, he's got this strange, he lives here in Santa Cruz. He's a bachelor, single. He's a single guy, lives here in a one-bedroom apartment. And then I remember so many times I used to call him up. I said, Costa, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है फिल्म का. हाँ हाँ मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ. I said, क्यों? अभी मैं आपके फिल्म के बारे में बात. अरे मेरे बिल्डिंग में ना वो टांकी का ये हो गया है. मैं सेक्रेटरी हूँ बिल्डिंग का. मेरे को एजीएम करना है. एंड दीज आर द रियल प्रॉब्लम्स ही इज फेसिंग. सीमेंट, सब लोग चोरी कर रहे हैं सीमेंट का. वन स्मॉल वॉचमैन्स कैबिन, ही विल गो एंड बाय द सीमेंट फ्रॉम समवेयर. So this is the kind of person he is. And when we wrote the script, we read out the script to him, and in fact I remember that time that he just said, give me 5 minutes, and we left the room because he was crying at the end of it. And when I showed
Uh,
the film also, the only person I've been scared. That is why I was always I was not nervous about the film was, whether people, of course, I hope people like it. But my thing was, it was always, I was doing it for Costa. So the first person, the moment he came out of the room and he said, "Ha, theek hai, theek hai." I said, "theek hai means kya?" He said, "Acha hai, bahut acha hai." So I knew he really liked it, and he's been part of the process. In fact, he had come for the shoots. He and Nawaz met many times. We met his daughter. I had a lot of time spent with his daughter. Nawaz and Costa spent a lot of time. He came on the sets because he wanted to see the technical details. We didn't want to go wrong in the uniform, in how the custom
right.
officers behave, in his
Yeah.
running stance. So yeah.
So how was the relationship between him and Nawaz?
So him and Nawaz, when they met the first time, it was amazing. See, because Costa is one guy, no, who laughs a lot for everything. Okay.
Acha.
So when, yeah, so if you talk to him, I think, ha 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 ha, every few seconds he starts laughing. So I didn't know this, that Nawaz picked up these little nuances from him. If you see in the film, in Costa, there are many moments he laughs like when it's not necessary, like
Right,
when he's
right.
drawing and talking about his daughter and separated parents, and he has a laugh about it. So these are the little things, and they got along very well, both of them. They spent so much time together. Then they came on the set, and it was never about the film. It was always about talking about their personal experiences, joking a lot, laughing a lot. Because even Nawaz at certain point also is a maverick guy, and
Yeah.
Costa is he's actually a madman. In the sense that because you cannot, otherwise the kind of life he has lived, you have to be mad to live that life and still continue living. And he's
Yeah.
so particular now. He's got his he runs still, and if you're late for 1 minute, 2 minutes, he is going to be angry with you, and he'll not pick up your phone for 2 days. He's that kind of a
Okay.
person. Yeah, yeah.
So in a way, as you said, Nawaz is also a maverick. I mean, you cannot be
Yeah,
such an extraordinary actor and not be slightly,
correct.
off kilter, right? I think
Yeah.
everyone who's great has some bit of madness in them. So I can imagine they must have got along very well.
Very well, very well, very well. And I also had a very good time with Nawaz. I've had a good time as a producer, but director, it was just a dream for me because he's fantastic. I mean,
Yeah,
Nawaz is like, he just elevates everything, and he doesn't make you feel like, I remember, because you're a first time director, I never
yeah,
felt a moment of, nervousness, because he just surrenders to you. It's at never moment he's going to question you and ask you, "अरे, मैं तो इतने साल से जानता हूँ, आपको क्या पता?" A lot of actors dictate a lot of things.
right.
But Nawaz was completely, and means he was in sync, and we had such a good time. In fact, yesterday I was talking to Nawaz, and he was telling me, Sejal, among all the films I've done, I had the best time here because we all worked as a team, and we
Right.
used to laugh. And I had such fantastic actors. Like, look at the actors. There's Priya Bapat, there's
Yeah,
Kishore, there's
she's
Gagan, and all
excellent.
that.
She's very good.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I mean, you had leading men, leading women, really good
yeah,
cast. How long
yeah.
did the shoot take place for? How long was it?
We shot over 45 days, mostly in Goa, and we shot in very different part of Goa. If you've seen, like, it was in the
Yeah,
very,
not your
uh,
usual
no, yeah,
Rohit
because
Shetty
that was
Goa.
yeah, that is what, because it was that time in the 90s, and this is a local Goa, so you're not going to, the locals don't live the life we live, when we
Yeah,
go to Goa. And most of the locations were extremely authentic. Like, it is the first time in the history, the Bombay Customs, which is more than 100, 200-year-old building, they have given us to shoot there. We shot in the
wow,
real Bombay Customs office, we shot in the Goa Customs office, the beach where the incident happened. So most of the stuff we tried to keep it as authentic as possible. I mean, it's been many years, but still we managed to do it.
right. What attracted you to it? Was it also the period? Because that's a period I think all of us are still quite fascinated by, right? The
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah. So for me, it was two, three things. Of course, it was the period. Also,
Yeah,
it was the fact that it's Goa, and we haven't seen. This is the first film ever on the customs being made ever.
yeah,
The first
right.
film. So what we have always seen about the customs in Hindi films is, जब भी ship का raid होता है, a police guy goes and raids it, but that is
Yeah,
the custom officer.
right,
And but most fascinated, of course, I was very, very intrigued by this man who gave up so much, who had so much love for his duty and for his country. And but that, I of course, heroes are like that. But what I really liked about him, that he saw a lot of other stuff in him. He didn't whitewash himself, nor did he ride on the fact that I'm a patriotic guy, I can get away with anything. I'm doing so much for my duty. He also observed the fact that because of his obsession with duty, and the way he used to worship the country, there is a collateral damage. And
yeah,
he admitted the fact that, okay, his family suffered, he suffered, and there were other people also suffered. And that is what, there were so many gray parts to him, and he's just not a straightforward guy. So that is what interested me in him.
right. Aren't you glad you left journalism in time before it went downhill?
Yeah. See, when I work, no, like, Kaveri, I know about your background and all. I used to work with the week and I used to really have a fantastic time writing features, what do you do and all. But over
Yeah,
the time, it became, I was not like very interested in that. And I was always, see, I'm the kind of person when I had journalism and I really moved to documentaries. I did two documentaries for many years. I've like two few documentaries. And then this feature film happened. I've always wanted to direct. But what the idea we started the production house was that we wanted much more creative freedom in what we were
right.
doing. So that was the only reason, and that's how we managed to produce interesting content from
Yeah,
Decouple to Serious Men to Asur to this. Everything is very different what we do because we work with very good, we have work surround ourselves with very good, talented people. So
right.
yeah, so but I'm happy like what I'm doing, and I'm happy now I got a chance to direct, and yeah,
Yeah. And how is this industry, how is the entertainment industry right now? Right now it's in a bit of a crunch, I think.
yeah,
Are
yeah,
things
yeah.
are things looking better, or are there issues that need to be resolved?
See, I feel that right now, everybody knows that the industry is in quite a flux because I
Yeah,
think nobody knows what films are working because there is this
right.
very strange divide that has happened between theatrical and OTT. So
Yeah,
people are all confused because what they feel is a theatrical film with a big star is not working, and
right.
there are some very good films on OTT being made. Also, I think which we all have been saying, and it's become such a cliche that the need for good content, and the fact
Right.
that that there are only certain number of actors you people feel that you can work with, which is
Yeah,
very unfair. Like look at the actors, like Nawaz was telling me yesterday, Sejal, that look at Priya Bapat, look at all
yeah,
these people, they are such fantastic actors, and they
absolutely.
don't get a chance. Films are not being made on them. So Nawaz also feels the same thing that we were discussing, that is, I feel, a problem is that if you don't have more people, you cannot have just 10, 12 people decide,
Yeah.
having the actors, and then because the films revolve around them, and when they don't work, then people panic, and then they still want to make work with the same people. And what happens if four or five big films fail? What
Hmm.
happens is people like us who are doing smaller films and interesting films,
Yeah,
and not interesting is the wrong word because we should not call ourselves interesting, but trying to do challenging work. What happens is that the budgets become smaller for everybody else because the chunk of the
right.
money is gone in certain films. So I feel that is an issue, and I think everybody knows it, but somehow people don't. People talk about it. We don't know what to correct it. But I just feel that like every other industry, this will go through its flux, and there will be some kind of correction, and we'll watch good films because I think that is what there should not be. South films, North films. I just don't like this thing that South film industry because we are one country, one industry. So
Yeah.
all good films should be made, and everybody should be given a chance. That smaller films, bigger films, all films should be allowed to be made.
And if there is a certain amount of less money in OTT, but there is also a wider platform, right? I mean, you're
Yes,
assured of a certain kind of audience at least,
I
which you may
agree.
not get theatrically at all, given the high cost of promotion. Promotion
Yeah.
itself is so expensive now,
Yeah, yeah. And what you
as you
said
know.
is rightly. What you said right is like imagine like a Z5 today global, they go to more than 100 countries. Okay,
Yeah,
a lot of people can watch it. And the thing is that I feel that it's like if I look at Serious Men, I look at Costa, I look at the fact that I was allowed to make that film, whether people like it or not, I was allowed to make the film how I wanted to make. There
even
was no kind of pressure on me.
Decoupled was quite a bold
Yeah,
series.
decouple, imagine. Yeah,
Yeah,
imagine decoupled. And then so you don't have somebody telling you that isme gun. Like in Costa, I had complete creative freedom. Nobody told me that, put more songs like this or do this. Or, maybe in the second half, if you can go more patriotic, you want
yeah,
revenge. So there was nothing like
exactly.
that. So
There's
I
nothing
feel
like that.
it is, yeah, yeah. And I have never been the one who distinguishes between theatrical and OTT. I just want to make a good film where
Yeah,
I want to have the creative freedom and people watch it. So because
yeah,
a bad film, even there people are not going to watch it in the theaters, and a good
yeah,
film, we will watch it on OTT. So I
right.
feel that is a thing. Yeah.
Also, I wonder as a filmmaker, the only difference I think I mean, you were a storyteller and you continue to be a storyteller, but I think the difference was, I mean, it's more instant when it comes to media. In your case, you start the process of making a movie 2, 3 years before it actually is released. So there is always that sense, has the audience changed drastically from when you actually thought of it? There is always that concern, isn't it?
Yeah, but see, for films like these, no, of course there is a concern if you're making a,
Yeah,
making a film which is specifically people wanted. I mean, so see, films like these, most of the films, no, which are universal stories, they resonate with anything. I think they are
right.
timeless because it
It
doesn't matter
doesn't
if I'm
really
telling a
matter.
story of the
Yeah,
1990 to now. And the idea is that, see, suppose you look at somebody like Costa. I mean, of course, the fact is that all of us are not like that, but there are some parts which might resonate with. I remember there's a scene of a husband-wife quarrel in the film, where they both
yeah,
are fighting.
yeah,
And I remember a lot of people just told me that, I've seen we fight, or we've seen a couples fight, or you see a father-daughter relationship, or you
yeah,
just get inspired by a guy, stuff like that. So I think something or the other, it resonates. So I don't think it has anything to do with, these things are stories are timeless, if
yeah,
they are matter.
right. And what were the documentaries that you made, Sejal?
So I made two documentaries. One is called Joginis and one is called the Bangla Tamasha Party. That was many years back, and it's not released anywhere. We had made it, had gone to a lot of festivals, and at that point, I'm talking about 10 to 12, more than 10 years back. That time, or more than 10 years, actually, 15 years back. That time, there were not many platforms, so I
Yeah,
made them. But I was started writing scripts and all that, and it's also very difficult to break in because like I'm a complete outsider in that sense. I've never assisted anybody, nor have I, and my partner is a software engineer or a writer. So both of us to turn producers and then try and make a film was has been difficult. But we got lucky because that time Netflix came in, Serious Man happened, and then we could do interesting content. So that's what we want to continue doing.
wonderful. I wish you all the best. And
And
really,
can I offline ask you something? Did
sure.
you watch the film?
I did. I really liked it. It's very engaging. And I
Okay,
think
and
Nawaz's ability to hold the screen,
yeah.
is
So, what was
quite
there anything
extraordinary.
else? Just generally, I'm asking you as a viewer, what did you feel didn't work for you?
No, it worked for me fine. I enjoyed it. It's a good watch. I mean, and it's someone that we didn't know about, which makes it even more interesting. And as
Hmm.
you said, it's part of Goa that we've not seen. And it's a
Okay.
period that I enjoy. And
Okay.
smugglers and gold is always fascinating to me since
Oh,
the time
nice.
of Haji Mastan. So,
Yeah, yeah, nice. Acha, Kaveri, why I know of your byline is you were in Indian Express, is it? Were
yes.
you?
And also, yeah, yeah.
And
And India Today.
yeah, that's why I know because I know bylines. No, that is my still my habit. So I remember
Yeah,
India Today and Indian Express. You were there.
yeah.
Great, great, great.
Great. I do wish you all the best. And is there
Thank
lots
you.
more that we can look out for from you?
So
From
I'm working on a film which I'm directing next, which is a thriller, and one is an action. It's a action film because I like
nice.
action films. Also, I like thrillers.
Yeah.
And we are my other series from Bombay Fables, which Bhavesh has showrun and written. Sare Jahan Se Acha with Pratik Gandhi is coming in
Ah,
soon, and we are doing another couple of films which are in development. So interesting stuff happening. Let's see how it goes.
very good. And some very fine actors. So that's also a great thing to
Yeah,
attract
yeah, yeah.
such talent is not easy.
Yeah, no, we are very lucky. Like we have, like say Nawaz, Pratik Gandhi, Madhavan. I've worked with some
Madhavan.
really good
Yeah.
actors. They are amazing. Yeah, all of them. And they are so. It's so much fun to work with them. Then to get pressured, to work with so-called people stars who are difficult. These guys are really amazing and
Yeah.
very good people to work with. Like I would
Yeah.
repeat all of them again if I had a chance.
Great. Thank you so much, Sejal. All the
Thank
best.
you, thank you. Bye,
All
bye,
the
bye.
best. Bye.
Thanks.
Let me try and keep it now.
You got it.
Yes, I have. I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, bye.